Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is season 2, episode 6 of Love, Life, and Relationships. And we have our special guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Mike.
Hi Mike, how you doing?
I'm fine in these streets.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So here on Love, Life, and Relationships, we just have a normal conversation, kicking it about love, life, and relationships and the things that we all go through as men and women. So, if you don't mind me asking, are you married, single, or is it complicated?
I'm single.
How long you been single?
A little over a year now.
So, do you like being single or do you like being in a relationship better?
Man, single people for the streets. I like coming home to somebody.
Single people for the streets.
Yeah, it's for the streets.
So, your last relationship, can we talk about that?
I'll let you know where not to go.
Okay, I like it. How long were you in a relationship?
It's 3 years.
3 years, no marriage?
No marriage. It should have been.
Okay, so why didn't it happen?
I got my own way.
I never heard a man say that. Why do you think that?
When you come into relationships and you know you're not really ready for it, but you do it anyway, you tend to go through some obstacles. Not dealing with past issues, whether it be relationships or trauma. It all goes into what you let your partner know about and what you don't let her know about. My issue was I was closed off. I was on to her, but I was closed off from talking to her. Not having a proper trust in my partner, it pretty much killed the relationship.
Oh, okay. So accountability, I hear that and I like it. Are you guys still friends?
Oh, we're good friends.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, and we would probably be like guessing or speculating here anyway, you think that was her biggest issue with you? You think it was something different?
I know for a fact it was. Not only did we talk about it, but she pretty much gave me hints in between that I wasn't catching on to. And once I did catch on to it, I also noticed the detachment happening.
Right.
So it's easy for me to take accountability and understand that I was doing something wrong. But by the time I actually figured out what I was doing wrong, after having conversations with her about things that I was wanting, dealing with my own problems, so it was kind of like I was pushing her off or not paying attention.
Two-part question here. Do you think you could have done things differently, or what would you have done differently?
I could and would have.
Okay.
Had I been open to hearing what she was saying and more compliant in a sense, I would have opened up. I would let them guards down. I mean, you having high guards, and when people show you that they actually care, then you can believe them. I was skeptical. My skepticism stayed up so high for so long that it pushed her off. So what I would have done different would have been just actually paying attention to my relationship, paying attention to the person in the relationship, giving her the same energy she was giving me. She trusted me. I should have trusted her.
Right.
She confided in me. I confided in her. I mean, it's a two-part thing. It's two people, one relationship. The give and take has got to be there.
Absolutely. And you guys are friends now, so did you ever think about spinning the block?
I mean, spinning the block is I've thought about it. It's definitely nothing wrong with spinning the block with this one. Like, I can tell you a few others that I would never in life spin the block on. But yeah, I could definitely spin the block on that. If the opportunity opened itself up for it, yeah, I would.
So you think you healed enough for that?
Yeah, I would say yeah, but I say I still have things I need to work on.
Right.
I think it's kind of a reason why I'm like standoffish with other people.
Right. Other ladies that you were saying, you could let us know that you wouldn't want to take them back. Enlighten us a little bit about some of those relationships, if you don't mind me inquiring.
I mean, everybody says their relationship is toxic.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through toxic stuff and you can make your way out of it. I believe you can, but when a person is showing you that they're toxic and everything about them is toxic, leave it alone. Run fast.
Right.
Even if you got kids by the motherfucker, just run. You can take care of your kids and not be around the individual you had the kids with.
Absolute facts.
As long as you're doing your part as a parent, then you don't need that other parent to be in your space. Take care of your kids.
Right.
When you can go out here and cheat and act as if like, okay, I cheated, I told him about it, like it's supposed to change anything. If I decide to stick around, then that's my stupidity. But on the flip side of that, there's got to be a change in behavior if I do stick around.
Right.
But, like I said, some of these girls are just, they who they are. They're raised by the streets and they're still for the streets, no matter how old they get.
So have you ever cheated on a woman?
Yes.
Why? What was your reasoning for cheating?
The excuse is it was a get back. Straight up cheating, no.
So you only cheated back as revenge?
Yeah. And I felt bad as shit for doing it because, I mean, how low do you got to stoop to prove a point? Me leaving should have been the point.
So you're saying that the woman cheated first?
Yes.
That keeps being a a thing on this show here. The guys keep saying that the women cheated first. And I'm confused.
I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm just saying in my situation, hell yeah, she cheated first, and she'll tell you.
Yeah, there's a couple other guys on the channel that said that females cheated first. And I'm just always wondering what went through the female's mind when they started cheating. That's it. Like,
I mean, when they find the answer to that one, let me know.
We're going to have to ask a couple females. Get some females on the show to start asking them. That's only if they're going to tell us the truth about them cheating first, though.
If I cheated first, I wouldn't have a problem telling you I cheated first, but I've never been in a situation where I had to cheat. If I'm with you, I'm with you.
Right. So you mentioned children. So do you have children with the one you said you would spin the block with?
With what? No, I don't. I mean, but she has a son that I treat as my own. So, I mean, you can say yes, but, DNA-wise, no.
Right. Okay, so we talk about the relationship of step-parents and step-parenting in a relationship. And you said you was with her for 3 years. So how was it step-parenting, and was the absentee father, the other parent, was the other parent involved?
He was involved, but like I said, I was there. We had a place together, so I was with him way more than his dad was. So, like I said, when we got together, just like I got my kids, she got her kids. We both package deals, so we have baggage.
Right.
My thing is a big deal breaker would be how you interact with my kids.
Okay.
I don't expect you to be their mother, but I expect you to be a mother figure.
Right.
So it's nothing that they can't ask me that they can't ask you.
So it's like a real blended family.
Absolutely.
So do you think the kids should intermingle with a person before they're married? Like if it's just boyfriend and girlfriend status, do you think your kids should be involved?
I feel like this: if the intention is for marriage and the end game is marriage, then I don't see a problem with the intermingling. But if it's just something that I met a guy, we try to date, no, I'm not with that. Because kids get attached.
How do we know when the end game is marriage? Do you talk about that with a person? Like, you trying to find a wife?
You're supposed to be open about everything. You got to know your person. So conversations and communications is definitely needed. It's supposed to happen. It's essential for real.
Definitely.
If you don't have the kind of conversation and communication, that with a relationship, they say trust and love make relationships, but communication is a big part of that.
Definitely. Communication is key. And so I'm just always wondering how people are starting these relationships off. Like, when you meet a person and, is that like a thing you start instantly talking about, or do you start filling the person out first? Because, I haven't dated.
You always fill the person out. You got to see what they want. Like, my first question to a lot of people when I choose, I want to, try to talk to them is, where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
The way you give off that answer is going to tell me a lot about you. from the gate.
Right.
A lot of people don't take the time out to hear, because people tell them from the gate that, I mean, right now is just what it is versus I'm looking for forever.
Right. That's a fact. Or I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to be married and have like 4 kids and, you know, all that other good stuff.
You gotta know who you want to be with.
So how is it dating
honestly,
now as opposed to before, previously?
For me?
Yes.
Well, I haven't been dating, so dating used to get easy for me because, I mean, I had a lot of confidence then.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a lot of confidence in somebody I wasn't. People tend not to understand that once things don't go right in their life or things are not happening the way they happen, they tend to create another person. An alter ego.
Okay.
The person that you really are isn't working out in certain situations as far as dating. And you listen to all the extra stuff about, I mean, the internet and music does play a part in what people look for.
Right.
But the biggest issue with people is they don't even know how to be themselves before they try to be something that somebody else put out there for them.
Right.
So me, just like I said, like people come up with these alter egos, and I was a big alter ego haver because I didn't like who I was, and I was trying to be someone that everybody liked.
So who was your alter ego? What was his name?
He was still Mike. He just.
It wasn't Big Mike or nothing. You ain't like name him Big Mike or, you know.
Oh no, it was still Mike. It was a more angry, ignorant, petty ass person that didn't give a fuck about what anybody thought was the facade I put out. And for whatever reason, women love a confident nigga.
I was wondering if that was going to create a problem because it sounded like that was angry. Okay, and you saying the women loved it.
It wasn't angry in a sense towards them.
Okay.
It was just that extra person that, you know, normal shit that I would take. Like, people can talk shit as much as they want. Talk it. I'm not bothered with. But then when you created that type of person that's gonna snap on stuff, that's what I created. So now when people talking shit versus who I know I am, I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care. But that person, I made it seem like whatever you said, I got something to say back to you.
So you turned into a roughneck.
I got a response. Huh?
You turned into a roughneck.
Nah, I turned into a thug. There we go. Turned into a whole thug.
Okay. And you saying that worked out better for you?
It did, but it didn't. Because then you got to think about the stuff you put yourself into. You create this person. Now you got to live the part that you created.
Okay.
So normal things that you wouldn't do, like swinging on people for no reason or carrying a gun when you don't need to, stuff like that is going to cause violence and issues other places. Now you got to worry about not only that, but the fear that's in the person you're with because they don't want anything to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're putting yourself at risk no matter how you look at it. So now I got to be this thug. Now I got to stand on this. I got to stand on what I say I am. But I also got to go out here with the thought process that she's worried about me, or the thought process of her calling me, wanting to check on me every 5 minutes because she knows that's what I portrayed to be. Right. She don't know if I'm going to make it home that night.
So when do you tell the truth about who you really are?
You're going to tell the truth when reality hits you, that you're not who you think you are.
And what was that moment for you?
My moment for me was losing that person that I thought that was my forever.
So you really genuinely like care for this person and want to be with this person?
Yeah, I did, for real.
You said
I just didn't know how to go about doing it.
You say you did or you do?
I do.
But what?
Like I said, I got stuff that I gotta fix. I still have stuff I gotta fix in me.
Okay, so you still working on you first before you even attempt to, you know.
Like this person, the person that I know I am now, it could work out. But I'm not trying to be perfect, but I'm trying to be as close to perfect as I can be for whoever I end up with.
Right.
I want to know things. I want to be a different person and try to be the person that you actually look at. I'm going to be that person that you looked at. Okay, this is what attracted me to you. Blah blah blah. I'm going to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have that heart. I'm going to be that protector. I'm going to be that person. Now, being a protector, people seem to take that the wrong way. It's not about hand to hand. I got to protect my girl. No, protect her in other ways. Protect her heart. Protect her from being out here in these streets for people sitting out here that want to talk bad about her. But in case you protect her in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody seems to think it's got to be a violent thing. No, I mean, there is a sentimental, emotional, mental thing in a woman, in a man that you protect at all costs. Your peace is something that you protect at all costs.
Amen.
And if you got a girl or a woman that you're in love with, or you love, or you see yourself with, you still have to protect her peace even when she can't.
That's fact. How did you become so
That's
wise?
The biggest. Huh?
How did you become so wise?
I got a good mama and a grandmama.
So, being around women made you think differently?
Yes and no.
Okay.
They laid the blueprint,
mm-hmm.
but I still had to find my own way.
Okay.
So there's nothing you can lay out for somebody that they don't have to experience to understand it. You still have to experience.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be someone in everyone's life who they love with all their heart that'll break their heart.
Right.
And once that happens, you will start seeing things the way it was actually laid out for you, how you treat, how you go about doing things. You don't lay out all your cards for somebody to see. It's always a surprise. You don't sit there and just let them think, okay, well, he's going to do this. No, switch it up. People in relationships get bored.
Yeah.
And people don't understand their girlfriend or their boyfriend to the point where they don't understand that they're bored. Switch it up. You can't go in a room and just do the same missionary all the time and expect her to be okay with it.
So keeping things exciting.
Keep her guessing.
Right. I like that. So this new person that comes along. So are you even open for a new situation?
Possibly, but I'm pretty closed off right now.
So you have full intentions on trying to get yourself together, and then if the person that you wanted to be with previously is available, going after that person first, or just letting the universe do whatever it's doing?
The universe is going to do what the universe is going to do regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had my choice, I would definitely spin the block, because she deserved to see this person that wasn't available at that point. She deserves that.
I admire that.
And on the flip side of that, I know what I'm getting when I get her.
Okay. So you're looking towards growing together.
Oh, of course, that's the goal with anyone you decide to be with. The goal should be grow and build.
Definitely. A lot of people don't have that concept down, though. A lot of people are like kind of one-sided these days, I'm learning, or I'm just hearing.
Yeah, if it ain't about them, they don't care. I mean, you see that with other relationships. If people sit there and will clearly do things that know that, and they know they can jeopardize whatever you got going on, don't be with them. But then people on the flip side of that be like, oh, I'm so in love with this motherfucker that they don't care that shit's going on. But then again, when you look back on your life and it's like you 35, 38, 39, 40 years old and you feel like you ain't got shit going on, you got to look at the mirror like, what did I do wrong? Get that nigga, that chick.
Yep, that's right.
You allowed this shit to happen for so long, and now you're sitting here on the cusp of whatever could happen. And it's fucked up because you didn't take the time out to realize, first and foremost, I don't care about myself enough to see the fuckery.
That's a fact. You're definitely spitting knowledge there. Accountability is a major part of any relationship and a relationship being successful. We all have to be accountable for whatever part we play in the relationship. So I would say, as far as your growth and healing, because I like the fact that you're focused on that before anything else. Like, what is the biggest thing that you've learned so far, maybe even this year?
As far as?
I said your growth and healing. I like that you're taking accountability for that first before you go and try to, get in a relationship or try to deal with somebody else. So as far as your healing process, like what is the biggest thing that you've learned so far that you could, give someone else advice for or on?
Know yourself. For real, know yourself. Knowing yourself, first and foremost, is essential because you know you better than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know what triggers you, what puts you in a bad mood, what conversations to have, what to do off an impulse, what not to do off an impulse. Just in general, is speaking and knowing yourself. All right, so if I know that I don't like back talk or I don't like whatever, just to stay on back talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because in relationships, you're going to sit there and say things that you don't want a response to, but
Right.
being as though it's an open conversation, you got to be willing to be open to the conversation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then on the flip side of that, it's about knowing that, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to accept, what I'm not going to accept.
Right.
You setting your boundaries, you putting them out there, and if somebody doesn't respect them, then you need to understand that you need to move along.
That's a fact. Don't let anybody cross your boundaries, because once they start crossing them, give them an
They're
inch,
gonna
they'll
continue
take a
to do it.
mile. Yes. Smooth,
So
fast.
me personally, it's about what I accept and what I don't accept. Now it's to the point where if I don't want to, if I'm not, I mean, I've always been the type of person, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. But now it's to the point where, listen, my sense of peace and my sanity mean everything. So if I say no, just don't come at me with it again.
Right.
But also in that, I'm learning how to keep my emotions at bay when stuff goes on. Like if somebody going to ask that question again or say, yo, we going to do this or whatnot. After somebody says something to you a couple of times after you already said, no, I'm not going to do it, it starts to irritate you a little bit.
Right.
So now I just go. I leave the area. I'm honestly understanding my triggers now. I understand what can be said and what can't be said.